Lady Lily back with another video, and this is the review of the Housewives of Potomac season 3 episode 16. So the show picks back up with Giselle and Monique at the breakfast table. Pretty much Monique was doing what James Caldwell always say, backpedaling, and she said that Charisse can't remember the conversation that they had about bringing Kendall around or not. In other words, Monique was trying to make it seem like it was somewhat Charisse's idea to bring Kendall around in retaliation of what Giselle had said in the past about bringing up that Charisse was seeing a fireman and whoever he may be. Giselle said... Giselle just wrapped up the conversation by pretty much saying that her and Monique will never be the best of friends, but they can coexist and eat pancakes and hang out and support events. The activity for the day was to visit a winery, and there was going to be no alternative options for the day. The ladies are off to the winery, and the ride is going to take 2 hours to get there. The girls are happy. They're excited. Let's see what the day is going to bring. That's pretty much the attitudes, moving forward. The girls arrive, and they are, offered their first glass of wine. The tour guide was stating that they did a lot of their stuff, made a lot of their wine by hands. They didn't use a lot of machinery to produce their particular wine. Giselle said, "How do you say drunk in France?" And he was like, "That is not elegant." Okay, so in other words, he's saying, "Boo, that's not a good look." So don't be coming over here trying to find out how to say drunk in France, because it's not cute. It's not elegant. The girls are trying wine from a barrel. Now the girls are moving from sections of the winery. Now they're in like the barrel room, and they actually try, the wine from the barrel. Karen is serving, and she said that she needs to serve Ray more and be more domestic when she gets home. The girls move on to another area from there. And this area has more wine, it has a little bit of food, and it gives them the opportunity to explore the outdoor parts of the winery. Karen says she has been married for 21 years, and she has stayed married by simply being able to serve her man. But Giselle wants to know, why is her ring off? And her ring has been off, look like, through the duration of this trip. Monique and Charisse was off talking about the Kendall situation, and Giselle and Charisse said Monique pretty much threw her under the bus. She had nothing to do with the whole Kendall coming around, and Monique was like, it was a 50-50 decision to bring Kendall around. Charisse is saying that she's staying out of it, and she pretty much want Monique to own up to what she has done. So Charisse is being bogus. I really think Charisse was kind of behind on, Kendall being around, but she's trying to play the dumb role like she was not involved. Let me see. Yeah, and she said pretty much she's going to stay out of it. So Monique is saying Charisse is forgetting her plans for Giselle, because apparently there was a conversation that was had, and that, bringing Kendall around, Charisse was in cahoots as a retaliation back to what Giselle had done and what she had said. But Monique is saying that Charisse is forgetting her plans because she feel like she's in a better place with Giselle, and they're going to go on with the friendship. Candace wants to share some of her feelings with Ashley and Robin, but they're being bogus as usual. They're saying, hold on, the light is perfect. Let us get, a couple of pictures. And then Karen jumps in and intervenes, saying, see, you just got this girl hanging by a limb over here. And it was like, well, damn, we are on vacation. Can we get some pictures? and catch the light. Candace said that she felt like their actions was pretty rude. So Candace is trying to explain, what she's going through. She got a lot on her brain. She got to deal with this mama that's trying overbearing. She got to find out how she balances her man and the kids and all these situations that's going on. So, she just looking for a friend, looking for an ally. She really doesn't want to have to fight for friendship. Giselle was saying, girl, are you serious? That's what she pretty much said in so many words. Like, we like you. We really don't have no beef and you're just over dramatic. Candace was like, you call me princess. And Giselle, Robin, and Ashley was like, we never called you princess. Anytime princess got mentioned was when she brought it up in the conversation. Ashley was like, I always told you how I felt to your face, so I'm not being fake and I'm not pretty much being phony. Monique said she's going to go, so Monique them heard, them going back and forth, and then she said, let's round the girls back up and get out of here before things can pretty much get out of hand. So they was back in the car, and Monique was saying she was going to buy wine by the barrel. And Ashley was like, you can just, start your own vineyard. And then Monique was like, I'm going to, be like Karen. I'm not going to make the wine myself. I'm just going to get somebody else to do it and slap my name on it. So they was pretty much saying, well, you got to have money and you got to have investments. And Ashley said, well, you got to spend money to make money. Then they flash back to Karen, showing her saying you got to make millions to owe millions. Karen was like, you are using Michael money. And Ashley's like, oh, so you're not using Ray money? Karen and Ashley goes into this tit for tat. So Karen's saying her marriage is an institution and that Ashley marriage is a fake of the world. And then it's a fake of the world situation. And then she said, Ashley was like, but you're not wearing your ring, though. If your marriage is so perfect, what the hell your ring? Karen keeps like fighting to say she can do what the hell she want to do. She don't have to have a ring on to prove that her marriage is whatever. So Ashley was like, you were saying Ray is dried up and all this stuff. And then Ashley said, she said, at least I'm being honest about my marriage woes and what is going on. You around tap dancing and faking the funk. So Karen said, you're just obsessed. You're obsessed with me and my life. Ashley goes on and say, you a broke version of Tina Knowles. I said, okay. I had to stop and holler when she said broke version of Tina's Knowles, which is Beyonce mama. So she said, she's saying like, you ain't on Beyonce level. You the broke version of her mama. So Karen said, that's why your husband kicked you out and put you in the studio down the road. So that was a low blow. They was back and forth, in the car. And then Candace inserts herself into the conversation. She pretty much says something that says Ashley was she was saying, she was just saying that whatever Ashley is saying needs to just come to the forefront. And then Ashley was like, she said some things were said in confidence, and she don't want to, bring her back up. And then Candace like, well, don't dangle stuff around the group if you're not going to talk about it. And Candace said, Ashley, all Ashley want to do is BS and make stuff up. Ashley said all Candace does is cry wolf. And then Candace was like, you need to go and blank, you fill in the words, can't say it on YouTube. Then the car, they was back and forth. Then all of a sudden the car ride got quiet. Remember, they had to take a 2-hour drive, get back to their hotel. So people were just really over it. They couldn't wait to get out the car. So as soon as they got back, Candace was in her room. She FaceTimed Chris. She was telling him what was going on and how her and Ashley, was back and forth. And then Chris was like, okay, who's the people that you get along with? And then she was saying like Sharice and Karen or whoever. And he said, pretty much Chris was like, just roll with the people who want to roll with you. It's not a big deal. You know, if they don't want to fool with you, don't worry about them. Move on with the people that's gonna roll on with you. See, that's why I like Chris, because Chris keep it real. Like, look, if they ain't in your corner, don't worry about them. Don't deal with them. Just, keep it moving. So it's day 4. And the girls are gathering in the lobby once again. They're ready to take off. And today they're going on a boat, taking a yacht out onto the seas, and they're gonna have a good time. The girls are on the boat having fun. Ashley and Candace, sit down and they have a conversation. They are saying that Candace really talks out of turn. And then Candace saying, that's so funny. You all say I'm talking out of turn, but everybody else talk out of turn, and it's okay. So I felt like they was trying to pretty much make amends. The girls was drinking champagne and drinking their drinks and, enjoying the views and the atmosphere. And it looks like for the most part, they actually had a good time on the boat. So Monique is explaining that once the boat docked back, they're going to get dressed, and then the girls, hopefully got comfy clothes because they're going to walk and tour that part of the city. So the girls, are shopping in the old town. They're sightseeing, they're taking pictures, and they're struggling up a little pathway to get to the top to overview the whole city and see the view of the overall of the city. And for the most part, they're coming together. They seem like, all beef is squashed, and the trip is turning out for the better. It is the final night in France, and the girls are getting ready for the final dinner. So Karen has decided to surprise Monique in having a burlesque style birthday party. She had worked with the concierge to secure a room and costumes for the girls can send Monique out on her birthday in a big bang. So they all are dressed up. They're coming in one by one. Monique is the last to arrive, and she is shocked by the surprise. She said here she is working, trying to surprise the ladies and do nice things, and they managed to pull this off to make her day, time special. Monique likes the surprise, and then Candace gives regrets on her screaming and expressing herself at the vineyard. And Giselle was saying, that said Sharice and her, she thought they had moved on. And then Sharice was saying, we friends when it's convenient. So Giselle said, she said, well, but I thought we was good. I sat in your kitchen and you pretty much saying you was rooting for me and you wanted me and Sherman to win. Sharice said she had nothing to do with the Kendall appearance, and she has removed herself from it, and she doesn't want to be associated with it. So I guess they're making amends, I guess, or just getting it out there. So there is live entertainment, and there's, burlesque dance. It's not too risque, not too exotic. So they come out and they dance, and all of a sudden Robin and Ashley jump in on the fun. So they're dancing, and towards the end of their little production, Robin and Ashley acts like they, go at it like this, and they flash back to the scene. They show a picture of, Monique holding an umbrella up to Robin, and they're like faking it out, and then they're like reenacting that situation, and then they go into a hug. So Robin and Monique do end up in that moment apologizing. The whole night turned out to be real cute, real fun, and hopefully the ladies is back on track. The cake came out, and Candace is singing happy birthday to Monique in French, and she sounds pretty good. She has a lovely voice, and they cut the cake, they take pictures, and it just shows Monique flashing back through all the various group pictures they had. And she said it turned out to be a good trip. She is actually looking forward to going home and, being with Chris and her family. And she hopes the next time she comes back, it would be with Chris and the family. She's saying Chris is pretty much saying at this point he's ready for her to come home. He misses her. And, you know, they got a lot of making up to do. So that completes the trip overall. So they will be returning back to Potomac next week. That was pretty much it. I mean, it's been straightforward. So glad that the girls are able to, you know, get it together. So, you know, it's always a trip that, like I said, it's always a trip that brings them back together. So we'll see for how long, but that is it. That is all. Stay tuned for more videos. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you soon. Peace.